teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Wilson on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Connor. And now running right through it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Stills, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Go with the ground attack here. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Able to shake him off. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Leopard! Leopard! Over!
They'll set up a throw. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and sneak it here.
We often hear analysts talk about a quarterback's wingspan, almost like a forward in basketball. But here's where it pays to have a long reach. They find a slight opening and are able to stick the ball forward to pick up first downs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Malone. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Hot!
Now back to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
Brandon, their last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
Yeah, he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Johnson looking to impress early on with an eye toward more carries as the Lions come up 1st and 10.
19. 14.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Whoosh. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Back to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And Detroit getting set to go now. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
Tempo.
Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 8 yards there, getting him out of danger. It's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. On 2nd down, here's Crowell. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That good for 19 and a first down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Throwing deep for Galladay. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Zebra.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. To the right and complete to Galladay. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Wilson now off the bootleg. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Let's go, let's go. Check, check. Under pressure. 36 power. Switch, switch, switch.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And now out comes Minnesota. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield, marking down at the 49. That one good for 33 and a first. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Leopard! Leopard! Hot! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Connor. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
36 power. Ready for one word. Be ready for one word. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Jump, 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 jump.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Go, let's go, let's go. Tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That's what I'm talking about.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Campbell. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. And on the ground they go with a running back. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. They'll go with a keeper.
For those vertically challenged quarterbacks, here's a time where they will tell you it's an advantage to be a little bit on the smaller side, able to duck in behind their offensive line and stick the ball across the imaginary yellow line for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Detroit!
And they'll run it here. And room there to work it inside the 25. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Vikings on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll drop the throw. And he's able to find Diggs. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. first red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. The kick by Carlson is good. So we've reached halftime here in. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Campbell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Back to throw here. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On third down, it's Roth. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be fourth down. Carlson able to put this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Shotgun.
On second down, here's Wilson. He sets to fire deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down. 14. Shotgun.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to get him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
12. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Chip, be ready for one word. Be ready for one word. Check 50. Check 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down. Back now at Ford Field. The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bag.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Over the middle, complete. That's Campbell. He got 29 yards that time. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
And they'll run it here. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Crowell. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Throwing is Wilson. He's going to air one out. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. J.J. Nelson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A gain of 6 there on first. He'll look to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 yards there and a first down. He'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 15.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun.
They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Crawford. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw, and that's caught inside the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
Throw left side complete. It's Campbell. 12 more yards there and another first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He's back to throw. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
They begin the drive to Johnson. And a short pickup here as he'll get up to about the 22-yard line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Wilson. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They needed 15. They got 16 and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Shotgun. 19.
Here's Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On the toss, here's Johnson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Check 50, check 50.
Throwing now is Wilson. And he finds Stills, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. A first down carry now for Crowell. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Detroit, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.